In this short video, we'll take a deeper dive into the trust and distrust data for the banking industry, showing you the scope and depth of the information we collect so you can see how it can be applied to your business. We'll begin with trust data and move on to distrust. As noted in the previous overview walkthrough, the data is gathered by asking Australians to name, unprompted, brands they trust and those they distrust, and to say why. The reasons are sorted into themes and then further refined into sub-themes. Here we can see the data for respondents who nominated specific banks as brands they trust. We can see the overall sample size for this group, the net industry score, and the two scores used to determine the net score, the trust and distrust scores. We then see the unique themes which capture the reasons respondents give for their feelings. In this case, trust for bank brands, we see the themes are good personal experience, nominated by the majority of those surveyed, followed by honesty and reliability. Delving further into the sub-theme level, we get a very nuanced picture of precisely what people mean when they talk about good personal experience or honesty. We also see the distribution of the different sub-themes, which allows you to see what is really important to both your existing and target clients, and to shape your approach accordingly. Trust is important, of course, but distrust is the ticking time bomb for brands, far less well understood until now. As Roy Morgan's research has shown, distrust causes existing customers to disengage from your brand and drives potential new customers away. Distrust impacts directly on the bottom line. Here again we see the number of Australians who nominated a bank brand, in this case as one they distrust. We see the net score and the two scores from which that is derived. Comparing the key themes given for distrust, it's immediately clear that distrust is more complex than trust, and the reasons are more diverse. As we move through from the theme to the sub-theme level, it's also clear that while personal experience plays heavily into trust, feelings of distrust are much more about the behaviour, or perceived behaviour, of the business itself. In this case, infamy is the driver of distrust for more than a fifth of those who gave a reason for distrusting a bank brand, with many of the respondents citing the findings of the Banking and Finance Royal Commission. It's no surprise that the Commission's findings led to distrust for bank brands, as well as for those in insurance and non-bank financial services. But in order to counter that distrust, you have to start by rigorously measuring the scale of the damage and understanding the specifics of the feelings behind it. Beyond that, the most crucial realisation offered by this data is that building on a brand's existing trust will not address the distrust. As the Risk Monitor shows, there are separate drivers for trust and distrust, so focusing purely on the positives will do nothing to lessen the distrust that drives customer churn and brand rejection. That can only happen by addressing the specific distrust drivers and then continuing to track consumers' feelings towards your brand, which is what the Risk Monitor enables you to do. On the page below this video, you'll find the details of the Roy Morgan Risk Monitor contacts who can tell you more.